Last week, the US Department of Justice launched an antitrust investigation against Google, accusing the company of running a monopoly in the online ad business. There's bad news for the search engine giant. Even if Google wins the lawsuit, it's still in big trouble. Google is going to have a harder time defending itself while it's under investigation. And there's a wolf at the door: AI. The DOJ wants the court to break up Google and force it to sell big parts of its advertising empire. We'll see if that happens, but Google could win the antitrust case and still lose the war. And to understand why, let's go over a little history lesson. The DOJ wants the court to break up Google and force it to sell big parts of its advertising empire. That's because during and after an investigation for anti-competitive practices, all that scrutiny makes it harder to fight your competitors. You have to move carefully and be a lot more hesitant about acquiring smaller businesses. And while IBM had its hands tied behind its back, a little startup company jumped in and took over the tech industry. Maybe you've heard of it: Microsoft. Then the same thing happened to Microsoft. The Justice Department took Microsoft to court for monopolistic practices, and Microsoft basically won. But in the meantime, Apple, Facebook, and a company called Google swooped in and shifted the world away from Microsoft and onto their platforms. Well, now it looks like it's Google's turn, and it couldn't come at a worse time. We've already seen how disruptive AI tools like chatgpt can be. And one class of technologies that's due for a paradigm shift is search engines. AI tools could revolutionize the way we access information. Search is the background of Google's business, and company executives are apparently calling the AI problem Code Red. Google has its own groundbreaking AI, and it's planning to launch an AI chatbot version of Google Search in the near future. But it won't be an easy fight, especially while the company is treading carefully so it doesn't get in more trouble with the government. For its part, Google says it's not a monopoly, and it called out the Justice Department for trying to pick winners and losers in the highly competitive advertising technology sector. Right.
Sure, Dan.
We'll see whether the courts buy that argument, but even if they do, Google could be screwed. What would be really ironic is if Microsoft deals the final blow. Microsoft has a multi-billion-dollar partnership with OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT. In a few years, we might be doing our searches on Bing. It could be the revenge of the nerds. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and check out other Gizmodo videos here on YouTube.